Hey guys, my name is Casey, and welcome back to Casey Timeshare. I have always been a fan of the BlackBay58 lineup, and today, I wanted to do a comparison video between the original BlackBay58 and the BlackBay58 Bronze. The BlackBay58 was initially introduced in 2018. Following the successful launch, Tudor gradually released other variations, including a navy blue steel version, a green version made out of solid gold, a grey version made out of silver, and of course this brown version with a bronze case. The BlackBay58 is by far my favorite product offering by Tudor at the moment, and I currently have the original black, the navy blue, and the bronze version in my collection. Now that I have experienced the BlackBay58 for a while, I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts to help those who are deciding between the original BlackBay58 and the Bronze Bay. Hopefully, this video can help you decide which is the right watch for you. Let's start with some facts and figures. Both watches come with a case size of 39mm, a thickness of 12mm, lug-to-lug of 47.5mm, lug width of 20mm, water resistance to 200 meters, and both watches use an in-house cost-certified movement with roughly 70 hours of power reserve. In terms of price and availability, as at 2022, you can pick up the steel version on a bracelet for £2,920, and the bronze version would set you back £3,560. The steel model is now readily available at most authorized dealers, so you might even be able to pick one up with a discount, whereas the Bronze Bay is a boutique-only edition, which means that you can only buy it at certain shops, making it a little bit harder to get hold of, and there is currently a waitlist for this piece. Therefore, it is very unlikely that you will be able to get a discount on the Bronze Bay. I also want to mention that the Bronze Bay comes with a fabric strap, whereas the steel version doesn't. If you want the original Tudor fabric strap to go with your steel BlackBay58, it will cost you £140 to buy it separately from your authorized dealer or Rolex service center. Now that we have all these specifications out of the way, let's address the elephant in the room, the case material. The original BlackBay58 is made out of stainless steel, and the Bronze Bay is made out of, well, bronze. I know a lot of people might be interested in knowing if one is heavier than the other. I can happily confirm that both watches comes in at 126 grams when sized to my 6-inch wrist, so there should be no noticeable difference when the two watches are strapped to your wrist. One of the most interesting features of bronze as a material is the fact that it will patina over time. This means that the Bronze Bay you put on your wrist on day 1 will look very differently to the very same Bronze Bay you have 3 months down the line. I will leave a link to my 3 months patina update video on the top right hand corner of your screen, and also in the description box down below if you are interested in seeing how the patina has developed. I think my Bronze Bay has developed a very nice patina, and the patina has somewhat stabilized now. On the other hand, the steel BlackBay58 will always look the same. The only difference you will notice is probably the scratches that the case and the bracelet will pick up over time. Speaking of scratches, I think the patina helps to hide scratches very well. I also don't really see many scratches or even micro scratches on my Bronze Bay, whereas my BlackBay58 has scratches all over the place and they are quite obvious. Granted, the Bronze Bay is a newer addition to my collection, so it might not be fair to compare battle scar, but I still think the patina helps to cover up scratches very nicely, which I didn't expect. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the color of the bronze is very dynamic. The Bronze Bay looks very dark and dull in low light conditions, but when it is under sunlight or in a bright room, the bronze really comes to life and shows a very different look. This is just something that you don't really get in the steel model. For the people who haven't owned a bronze watch before, please be aware that the Bronze Bay does give out a distinctive smell when you hold the watch up close. It doesn't really impact day-to-day use, but I wanted to flag it anyway. Also, the bracelet can sometimes leave a green mark on your skin, but it happens very rarely for me. In any case, You can wash it off quite easily, so it isn't a deal breaker for me. By the way, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I will be uploading more videos like this in the future. The two watches have a very different case finish. The original BlackBay58 uses both brush and polished finish throughout the case and bracelet, with most polished finish being applied on the side of the case and bracelet as well as the crown. The BronzeBay, however, has a brush finish throughout the entire watch, and yes, even the bevel is brush finish. Now, let's talk about the color scheme. This is probably the biggest difference between the two watches aside from the case material. The original BlackBay58 is constructed using 5 different colors: silver from the case and bracelet, red from the triangle on the bezel, black from the dial and the bezel, gold from the hands, hour markers, tags, and bezel, and cream from the lume. All the colors go really well together, and at the same time, it creates a nice contrast, making the watch very pleasing to look at. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the BronzeBay, as it has a monochromatic look. All I can really see are brown, bronze, and cream. All the colors blend together and creates a somewhat boring beige look with very little contrast. When I put the BronzeBay side by side with my original BlackBay58, the BronzeBay just doesn't look as interesting as the BlackBay58 to my eyes. There are quite a few differences between the two watches in the dial. The original BlackBay58 uses rectangle hour markers, whereas the BronzeBay uses Arabic numerals in the 369 positions. Whilst it does make the BronzeBay stand out a bit from the rest of the BlackBay58 lineup, the 369 feature does weaken its lume capability. I often find the lume on the 369 fades away very quickly, and the difference is night and day when I compare it to the other markers. Objectively speaking, the lume from the original BlackBay58 is much better than the BronzeBay. The other difference is the actual dial itself. The original BlackBay58 has a matte black finish which is uniform across the entire dial. The BronzeBay, on the other hand, has a brown dial with a gradient effect, which I find much more interesting to look at. The bracelet of the two watches are identical for the most part. Both watches come with a riveted bracelet, which tapers with a step style. The biggest design change is on the clasps. The clasp of the original BlackBay58 has a Tudor shield shape, whereas the BronzeBay just comes in a rectangle shape. The clasp of the original BlackBay58 is completely flat, whereas the center portion of the BronzeBay protrudes out in order to accommodate the new T-fit system. In fact, the clasp of the BronzeBay looks very similar to the Rolex Submariner, and I think it looks very nice as the protruding section lines up perfectly with the center links. It is also worth mentioning that the safety folding lock also looks a little bit different. The original BlackBay58 has 3 micro adjustment positions, but it does not have any on-the-fly adjustment capability. A lot of us have been asking for an improvement for a long time, and Tudor has finally fixed this with the introduction of the T-fit clasp found on the BronzeBay. The T-fit system is very easy to use, and it enables user to adjust the bracelet size without the use of any tool. I personally like both watches very much, and I can totally see how the two watches can coexist in my collection for a long time. The original BlackBay58 is so easy to wear, and it goes with almost all of my outfits. It is pretty much my daily driver. Whilst the BronzeBay is not as versatile, it makes me feel special every time I put it on, as I know it is not a Tudor that can be easily found in any authorized dealer. And it is also not another steel Rolex sports watch, which I see almost on a daily basis in London. I also like the idea of seeing how the patina would continue to develop over time. I understand that the BlackBay58 might not be for everyone, so if you are interested in the recently launched BlackBay Pro and wonder how it compares to the BlackBay58, you should check out this video where I did a side-by-side comparison. Hopefully, it will be beneficial to some of you.